Hi, and welcome to Rainy Jour. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And hit that bell notification button for more awesome kawaii stationery and journaling. Today, I'm going to be doing a cute little anime spread for one of my favorite anime characters, Naofumi Iwatani from The Rise of the Shield Hero. I think Naofumi is one of my favorite all-time anime characters because I actually really relate with him. I have gone through a lot of the same struggles that he goes through in the show, in the sense of not being recognized for the abilities that I have, or being accused of something falsely and not even being able to defend myself. These are things that I think that not many people can really relate with, but we can all understand and empathize with someone who's going through such a struggle. Why would people want to act like that towards someone? A lot of the times, it just ends up being because of petty jealousies and because they want something that you have. Naofumi is such an amazing character to me because he's one of those people that no matter how many times they put him down and try and force him to be a bad guy, he really isn't. He does everything possible to be the best person he can be, even when he's being pushed to the very limit. And really the only choice seems to be to do that thing that everyone knows is wrong. But that's why I love Naofumi, because he always stays true to himself and he never lets all of those bad things get to him. He never lets that actually turn him into something bad. Despite the fact that he has the cursed shield, it's always his goodness, the memory that he helps protect people. And he was there to help Raftalia when she needed him the most. That really makes Naofumi real to me. He represents all of the good people that are always working so hard despite their circumstances, despite being told not to do it, despite being told they can't or they shouldn't, or even being told that they're wrong. He's like the ultimate hero to me. And in the show, he's given the ultimate short end of the stick. He's accused of rape, and it was completely false. This is something that is actually a big problem in our world. We have this thing where we always want to believe women, always believe women, always believe women. But there are times when women do things that are wrong. And the victims are men. And we can't just believe someone because they say so. We need to actually think about the situation, look at evidence, and actually think, what's going on here? Does someone have an ulterior motive? Because in the end, that's usually what it ends up being, is that someone had some ulterior motive, wanted to hurt the other person, and one of the easiest ways you can do that is falsely accusing them of an extremely serious crime that they really can't defend themselves from. Honestly. So, this is just why I really love Naofumi. He stands up for all of the goodness that our world is supposed to represent. He was just a normal guy. He had no magical powers. He didn't even know anything about the world he was going into. Despite all the rest of his team having experience in video games or other RPGs that would have informed them of how to exist in this world, he came from knowing nothing. He opened a book that didn't even have any information for him to draw from, and he was just supposed to figure it out somehow and become the hero of this whole world and join everyone together. He was tasked with basically an impossible task, and then faced with so much adversity, being deceived and lied to at the very bat, everything he tried to do was just circumvented, and every turn he took was met with obstacles. But he still persevered, and he still stayed good throughout all of that. That's why I love him so much. I really hope they end up making a Rise of the Shield Hero movie. After the success of the Demon Hunter movie, I think there's going to be a lot more anime movies coming out in the next little while. Anime is one of my favorite things that I've ever experienced my whole life, I've watched anime since I was super young, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to become a voice actor. I watched so much anime dub when I was younger, and I wanted to learn how to do that for myself. One of the things I am so grateful in my life is that I actually got to meet some of my favorite voice actors from when I was a child. Some of the voice actors that were on the shows that I watched all the time. And it was so inspiring. And that's why I want to be one of the voices behind a character like that. I want to be someone that inspires people like these characters inspire me. They make me believe in a world that is so good, in a world where everything is possible, as long as you work hard for it and have a good heart. I think that's why I love anime so much, because the stories are stories that everyone can relate to. They're archetypal stories about everything that we as humans strive for, having meaning in our life and purpose, and making sure that we don't just waste it away doing nothing. Naofumi started as someone who really was nothing. He had nothing to show for his life. He really hadn't done anything to accomplish anything great or do anything that made him noticed. He had no family, he didn't have a girlfriend. He had maybe some friends, but even his friends he didn't seem to care about that much. But in the end, if you live your life like that, you really are nobody. I don't want to be a nobody. I don't necessarily want to be rich or famous or be seen in those sorts of ways, but I want to be someone that makes a real difference in this world. And the way I think I'm going to be able to do that is through my voice. That's the reason why I like making these videos. I like journaling, I like kawaii stuff, but I also love talking to my audience and telling them all about the things I love. And maybe this could help someone else in their life. I'm hoping that with my future videos, I might start talking about some life advice, some how-tos, and maybe some self-help stuff. Me personally, I've gone through a lot of depression in my life, so I know how it is. And really, I want to help everyone I can with this because, like we've said all year, we're in this together. If we're not here for each other, then what's the meaning of life? If we're not here to help each other strive and grow and become the best people we can possibly be, really, what's the point? Everything is just for some selfish reason. So, with that said, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I had such a fun time making it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope to see you next time. Thanks, and have a great day.